la prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Borbona.
What's going on there?
Oh, the camera.
Te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Borbona.
Hey. Damn. Masters and None, episode 35.
Masters and None, episode 35.
The Masters and None podcast. If you want to check us out, man, check us out, Masters and None podcast. Look for the Drunken Master logo, you know, the black and white logo. Make sure you're following the right account. Just do yourself a favor, please. When you listen to the content, you'll be sure to know that you were not following us.
100%. What's up, man?
Yo, I'm chilling, man. Yo, I've been revisiting the old Kanye crates, bro. Oh, my God. Kanye's a goddamn good
Bro,
producer,
I'll be telling
bro.
people that Kanye is like on my top. Like, when people talk about, like,
bro.
he's definitely in my top 5.
Yo, his production is ridiculous, man. I was just listening to a playlist of everything produced by Kanye, and I was like, oh, my God. It was one of those, I forgot he did that. Of course he did that. It was just hit after hit after hit.
Dude, that's what it is when you listen to fucking old Kanye. Like, his old albums were just banger after banger after banger. Like, you could put it back to back.
Yeah.
I remember being on a 19-hour flight and listening to, was it College Dropout? What was the album with the song Hey Mama? Remember that song?
I think it was College Dropout.
And listening to it over and over and over and just being like, yo, how is this so good?
Yo, he was just so different, bro. It was like revolutionary with the shit he was doing. Like, I was listening to just all these old soul samples and shit.
Oh my God, his sample game was crazy.
Bro, his old soul samples, they were just like, it was just like every time that I listened to it, every song, I was like, this shit is ridiculous. And it's not even his songs. It was the songs he produced for everybody else.
Yeah, remember Gold Digger? Gold Digger was his song, but it was Jamie Foxx. You know, Jamie Foxx was on it too. Like, that was such a good song.
It was brilliant because he sampled it around the same time that, I think it was around the same time that Ray movie came out, where Jamie Foxx was playing Ray Charles. So it was like so appropriate for the release time and the release. I was like, this is brilliant. You know, I was just listening to everything, like old Common records, like The People. You know, you remember the Corner?
I didn't listen to Common back in the day.
It was like it was just in like the 2000s, not even back in the day, like not the old like Common Sense times. But it was so goddamn good. Every record, all the Jay-Z songs, Takeover, H to the Izzo, like
That's when New York rap was flaming.
Yeah, man.
It was like one of the only raps.
Yeah, man. The Blueprint, the best songs on there, you know, were done by Kanye. It's just like Encore.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Far too kind.
I didn't know Kanye until after that. Like I didn't know him from when he was a producer. I didn't discover him until he like started putting songs out.
That was the first album where he really got beats. Apparently, he did like the Blueprint for free. Like he was like throwing him those beats, trying to get in.
Because he wanted to come in as a rapper. Everybody wanted to sign him as a producer for his beats, and he was like, "Yo, nah, I'm trying to rap."
Yeah, it's weird how people get into making beats and shit like that. You know, a lot of times it comes from rapping and wanting and needing beats.
Yeah, so you make your own beats.
So you start making beats to rap on, and then you just get good at making beats, and then people want your beats. Damn. Anyway.
And then there's the people who their friends rap, and they make beats for their friends.
Exactly. And then you get camps that come out like goddamn like Rough Riders and shit, where Swiss Beats was just making beats for everybody. Like Timbaland's team, you get like Missy Elliott and Genuine and Aaliyah, and they were all friends and shit, and he's just throwing these murder records to them because he just needed to make beats, you know, for the team.
You know who's crazy that I was thinking about the other day? Me and my chick were talking about. Not just him, but we were talking about specifically Andre 3000.
Yeah.
But just Outkast in general.
Outkast is fucking killers too, man. There's a lot of songs that their shit is sampled for those old New York hip hop records. Like there's one of Nas's biggest records. There's sample or Jay-Z is samples from Outkast records, like old ones, and it's like AT Aliens and shit like that.
Outkast was the shit.
Yeah, man. Outkast was fire.
I feel like I feel like we took advantage of the music from back then.
Yeah, we did, man. But now it's just music is it's so disposable. Like people are just releasing so much content, so much music that it's just great projects are just getting. You don't listen to them after a couple days because there's more projects. Like there's albums released every day. Just
our expectations are very high.
Used to just be like Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
New albums would drop. Now they just drop every day. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how also the level of superstardom has kind of come down to, because there's these celebrities, and I'm using air quotes celebrities.
Yeah.
They're really celebrities, but you take these celebrities, it's so much easier to access them now. It's so much easier to, reach out and touch them. Like, it's not like back in the day. Listen, women were fainting for the Beatles, for Elvis.
Yeah, today the Beatles, Elvis would have had OnlyFans. Yo, Elvis, imagine that shit. He never would have been a singer. He'd have been doing all that hip shit. Yo, them girls didn't know nothing about it. It was like illegal. And then he came in and hit him with the hips like bam, bam. And they were like, oh my God. Everybody was like, he's thrusting.
Yeah.
Like it was like shaking up the world.
He had his pants tapered in.
Please, man. That guy be raking in bread on OnlyFans.
100%. But think about like how crazy people used to go to see these people, when nowadays it's like when nobody faints. People used to faint to see Michael Jackson.
Yeah. People do stupid shit now. People would try to like rob Michael Jackson now.
Yeah.
In like 2021, like people are so dumb. Like they try to take your stuff or like do something stupid to you.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, that didn't even come to my head, but it's true.
Yeah, just
they probably do something weird.
Do something dumb. Do something weird because they're trying to get famous themselves. So they'll just do something crazy to
try to get it on their social media or something like that.
Yeah, and have their stupid friend record it and then just put it on YouTube and it'll get 2 million views and they're getting money now.
I seen that happen on like this prank channel that I don't want to make it seem like I watch prank YouTube channels, but there's a prank channel that I do watch. I don't. But there's a channel that I watch, and the guy was, I might even subscribe to it. It just gets fed to me, and every once in a while I click on it. So YouTube knows it's like my guilty pleasure, right?
Yeah, YouTube's like, let's throw him a quick prank video.
Yeah, show him a quick prank one. So there's one guy. What he does is he crazy glues a jar shut, and he's in front of the gym, and he just waits for dudes who are shredded to come out, and he's like, "Yo, can you help me open this?" Like, and he's got like a sandwich with him and shit. He's like, I can't eat this sandwich without those pickles. So
he's a piece of shit.
So these guys are trying to open it back, and
There's
some
guy just rips it open.
One guy does rip it open. Most people can't get it open, and then somebody comes over, they go, "You guys know this is a prank, right? Like this guy does YouTube pranks. He's pranking you guys." But that just goes to show you, like, people will do anything to like just try to like.
Yeah, get a little name off your shit.
Yeah, essentially.
Just try to gain a little exposure. It's so lame. Like, I guess that's where that term, I hate this term.
What is it? Let's hear it.
You know the word. I can't stand it. Clout chasing.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that word. Yeah. But in a sense, if that word were to be used in a context that I one day may use, which I won't.
Yeah.
Now would be the time.
Isn't that crazy that that's like another form of like currency now?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like
you could have money and not have no clout.
Yeah, and then it's harder for you to make more money.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But if you got clout, and you doesn't mean you have money.
No, but it can get you money very.
It can get you money, and money can get you clout.
Isn't it so? Like now, all you need is you just need eyes on you. If you can get eyes on you, that a lot of times manifests as followers, like engagement on social media. Like if you can get that has an absolute value to the people that have all the money.
Yeah.
The big companies and corporations, they'll think about it. You got 23 million subscribers, 23 million followers.
That's a lot of clout. And
think about it.
And sometimes when you have that many followers, you don't even need the money because people will pay you to come to their things, and they will give you things.
I'm saying when you think about if somebody has 23 million followers or subscribers.
Yeah.
That's like an estimated amount of people that watch the Super Bowl.
Fuck.
It's like a crazy. And now think about the ads and the cost of those ads per second. Remember, that's the most expensive advertising time there is during the Super Bowl. So it's literally like $5 million per second or some crazy shit like that to put an ad on during the Super Bowl. So if I have 23 million subscribers, you can pay me that money because I generate the same amount of eyes as the Super Bowl. And what do you pay the Super Bowl? Yeah, let's talk.
Damn, I never even put it in that.
Think about
that context, but I get that. That's very logical.
That's literally guaranteed. Like, but of course, it comes down to engagement and view time and stuff.
Yeah, but honestly, the truth is that it's probably even better because of the demographic. It's so narrowed down as opposed to the Super Bowl that everybody watches, right? So if you want to target a certain demographic, you're almost better off promoting it on a specific YouTube page. If you're selling wrenches, you might want to advertise on an automotive YouTube channel, right? And then how specific is that demographic as opposed to just throwing it onto a Super Bowl or putting it on, Channel 5 or whatever.
And hoping that there's as many people that are going to watch the YouTube video.
Yeah, that are interested in wrenches.
Happening to watch the Super Bowl.
Holy fuck, that just blew my mind. I never thought of how much better the advertising is, just specifically because of the algorithm.
Of course. And think about how you can leverage the cost. You can leverage how much you're charging. You can you can leverage that. It's so crazy. Like you can just say, this is how many views. You show them a breakdown. When somebody clicks on mine, they watch my video for 8 minutes on average. How long is your ad that you ran for the Super Bowl? Oh, it was 20 seconds. And how much did you pay? Oh, like $20 million? Okay, cool. So I'll cut you a break.
Did you see the thing?
We'll do it for 1. Yeah. 2.
That's what Raid Shadow Legends is probably paying.
Crazy.
Those guys pay a lot of money because everybody's fucking talking about that shit. Did you see the issue that's going on with like influencers that are like creating their own coins? So it's like, let's just say you were an influencer and your name was, you're Justin, so you make the Justin coin. And what they were doing is they were having all of their supporters or followers buy this coin. and buying it would drive the price up, buy, and then they would just dump all their shares. And then it would it would kind of tank the value of it. But then their fans would, have this coin that's essentially worthless.
Yeah, it's worthless. So they're extorting them for nothing.
Yeah.
So how are they creating their own coins?
Well, you could create your own.
It's just made up?
Yeah, you could do, yeah. You can make your own coin base and people could buy it and it could be worth X amount of money, just like any company could pretty much go public.
Damn, yo. So see what's being done about that. I'm sure somebody's trying to
So essentially they just brought light to it now, and the people are realizing that their favorite YouTubers are fucking scumbags.
Yeah. Damn, imagine that.
It's a similar thing with what's that shit called, NFTs. NFTs are pretty weird like that too, because
NFTs
people
are weird.
will make their own NFT and like sell it for X amount of money, but it's like it's not really worth that. Like I don't know if it's similarly to the coin, like it's not going to retain its value, and they know it's not going to.
See, but what dictates value?
Demand dictates value on anything.
Yeah, exactly. But the value is dictated by what? Someone willing to pay that money.
Yeah, that's what
somebody
defines.
Bought that thing.
Yeah.
For X amount of money, so it had that value to that person.
Yeah, I suppose it does have that value resale, to that person.
I guess, resale value.
Well, that you buy these things, they're investments, right? You don't buy them to like look at them because you can't.
Correct.
You don't hang them in the they're not paintings. You
You
hope it appreciates.
You're not buying a Van Gogh simply because you like the brushstrokes.
Yeah, or at the very least, you can hang a Van Gogh in your living room.
Yeah, exactly.
These NFTs, they're digital. You can't do it. You could put one on your phone background, but I could fucking screenshot your NFT and put it on my phone background too. So it's not. It doesn't hold like the same value as it. So if I made a painting and I sold it to one of my supporters and they overpaid for it and it didn't retain the same value, it's like, well, at least you have this painting forever, right? If I sell you a digital image that doesn't hold its value and it, you kind of step away from it and nobody ever looks at it again and it just craps out, then it's kind of like, if you knew that was going to happen, then it's kind of scummy. I suppose that's a little different because it's hard to tell whether, like, what's going to happen with them. And honestly, some of the NFTs that a lot of these people put out did retain their value or increase in value. So that's a little bit of a bad analogy. But the stock thing is a terrible thing to do. I want to talk about something else.
Let's do it.
Did you hear about that prison guard who was having sex with that inmate in front of like other inmates? Like 10 people were watching her and this other inmate have sex.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man.
How'd they find out?
You always ask me the fucking questions, and I wrote down a lot of shit about this fucking article.
Yeah, because I'm wondering. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like,
is
there a video somewhere?
No, because motherfuckers can't keep their mouth shut. There might be a video because she was also giving him razor blades and cell phones.
Oh my God.
And she was like telling them when they were like looking for shit so he could like hide it better and shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro.
It's so crazy because that's pretty common, actually. It's happened multiple times.
And she's married. She got 210 days in fucking jail and 2 years
That's
probation. It's not bad,
210?
right? 210? That's not even a year.
Yeah, you know what they should charge
She'll be out
her
in
for?
6 months.
They should charge her for every cutting on that entire unit for like the last however long she's been doing that. You get charged for all those slashings of those inmates.
That would be crazy if it wasn't impossible to prove which ones came from her.
It doesn't matter. You blame her for all of them.
Yeah, she eats them all.
You blame her for all of them.
I think it's wild that, first of all, you might think that people might think that their wives are at work like fucking somebody. I don't think that, but people may think that. But nobody whose wife is a correction officer thinks that, maybe my wife's out there fucking patients. I mean, fucking.
Yo, Oscar asking where'd you read this? Where'd you read what? I'm just checking into the chat. What's up?
Where did I read the prison guard? I read it. What was it, like the Daily News? I think it was on. It's been out for a while. It's not necessarily a news story. It's been out for about maybe like less than a week or so.
What state was that?
I don't know what state it was. I only know that she slept with an inmate while 10 other inmates watched it. She was caught and disciplined for her actions.
Jesus. Damn, that inmate.
And another thing I was going to say is she was kind of bad. Like, she was all right.
Damn.
So good for that inmate.
Damn, that dude was like the king in there, yo. He was the real leader in there. They were probably like, damn.
You know when you locked up, it's like the jungle. You just pull your dick out in there and like, assert yourself on these women.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Especially not in jail. What's she doing in the men's prison anyways?
Dude, they have that, man. What are you gonna, they put some women in there. I think it's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna
terrified for for not just the women, just for it's a tough job in some
So
ways.
I agree with Justin. Hit it with
every cut.
Hit it with every cut. Can you imagine? Because she definitely led to some of those cuts that people who got cut. She definitely led to some of those.
Yeah.
Some of those blazer blades that she brought in. Somebody cut somebody with those.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe. That's
what I'm saying. Like somebody, like they should be like, okay, this guy or his, everybody that these people in this unit that have received an injury or something like that. Because that's like, she literally facilitated assaults, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because those razors, those razors aren't in there to cut up vegetables. You know what I'm saying?
No, and she also, this is what we know, right? So what's the other part that we don't know? What's the stuff that she didn't get caught doing? How long was it happening?
Lord only knows, bro. Lord only knows what the hell else. Yo, shout out my boy Rob in the chat too, man.
What's up, Rob? Did you see that Iceland's been trying this 4-day work week thing for I think they've been doing it for 5 years, since 2015. They've been trying this 4-day work week. They've been piloting it. And essentially, they published some results lately that recently that showed that productivity has either remained the same or risen.
Of course it has.
Obviously people enjoy it more. So they're 35-hour work weeks, 4 days, 35 hours.
Okay.
So they published these metrics today, and I don't know the metrics, so don't ask me. The only thing I know is that people are happier, the same amount of work gets done, and it makes for a better work-life balance. And that's it.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
the only
100%.
Facts I have about that. Article.
I agree 100%, man. There's a lot of places that understand it. I mean, shit, they're still doing siestas and stuff.
Oh yeah, you go to another country, and you try to get some milk at 12 o'clock, and nothing's open.
Yeah, they'll just shut down for a couple hours. America's hell no. While they're sleeping, we're getting money.
Yeah, 100. Isn't that fucking wild that we're just brainwashed into working as hard as possible?
Bro, you want to hear something crazy? One time I had a customer, and he tells me that a Spanish guy. So he's telling me in Spanish that he's been in America, whatever. We get into the topic of how long he's been here. He's like, yeah, I worked this job, this and that, because he had an injury. That's how I met the guy, right? So, and he's like, yeah, he's explaining the injury. I'm like, okay, all right. So we're talking about it or what have you. Then he ends up telling me he's going back home. And I'm like, you're going back home? And he's like, I have so many health problems. He's like, I have cardiac issues. He's like, I have so many things that I never had. He's like, nobody in my family has this because my whole family's back home. He's from Honduras. And he's like, I'm going back home. He's like, I just work all the time. He's like, I live in a room in a house that I rent. And he's like, and all I do is work all day long, every single day. He's like, what kind of life is that?
It's not. We live in this weird society, specifically because we live in New York, and other states feel this too. California probably feels the same way. There's probably places in, I don't know, Florida feels the same way. Maybe Texas. I don't know. New York and California definitely feel this way, where you have to consistently work just to survive, to have the basics, to have a roof over your head. You're talking about a 1-bedroom in, a decent part of Brooklyn is going to be $2,200 or $2,000 a month.
More than that,
for
bro.
a fucking
2,000.
Is that cheap? I don't know.
2,000's out here, bro. You're talking.
I know a 1-bedroom out here costs you a 1-bedroom with a kitchen and not even a living room. You're in a $2,000 price range, $1,800.
You're in a $2,000 price range. The only way you're getting below $2,000 on Long Island is in somebody's house for the most part. You might get $1,800, something like that. Below that, you're in deep shit. I
didn't know that the sushi spots out here closed.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I found that out when I was a kid. My mother used to send me to the Dominican Republic for the summers. Shout out to my mom for shipping them away every summer. And I remember they used to be a ice cream place across the street from our house.
Yeah.
And I would want to go there at certain times, and every time my grandmother or somebody would be like, yo, it's closed. It's 11 o'clock or it's 1 o'clock or whatever time it is. It's lunchtime. Everything's closed. I'm like, fuck. Over here, bro, we have 24-hour Walmarts.
Yo,
we have 24-hour everything.
Yo,
24-hour Chinese places.
When I can't get something at 2 a.m.
Isn't that wild?
I'm 2. I was 2. It's only 2.
You buy things and they come in 2 days later.
Yeah.
You buy something on your fucking magical device.
Yep.
You order it and it comes to your fucking house 2 days later. But that's why we're working so hard, because our expectations are so high, even for ourselves. And because I'll tell you one thing, if they told me, all right, you get to work a little less, but your packages will take 3 days to get here. I'm like, well, fuck, I don't know. I like how fast my shit comes in, you know?
I want it now.
Yeah, exactly. Or if they're like, you know what, you could work a little less, but instead of getting paid every week, you get paid every 3 weeks. I probably would take that, actually.
Yeah, I'll make it work.
Yeah, I'd take that.
I'll make it work.
100% I'd take that. I can't think of a good analogy, but there's one in there. I just can't think of it.
I'm dead ass. Like, I swear to God, I used to be just like, yo, I'm going to make $10 million. I'm going to get, I'm chasing all this money. I'm getting $10 million. Like, that's what I always used to think about, just chasing money. And now, like, the older I get, like, I'm in my 30s and shit. And I'm like, if I could get paid what I get paid doing what I do and other things, like, I would just work in a goddamn coffee shop, bro.
Yeah, I don't need a
I just
fancy
want
fucking
a regular ass, normal, simple life. If I could just maintain just no debt and just a regular life, I just want to go do regular shit.
I most definitely don't work a job that I like, or like just use my job as an example. I don't work my job because, it's what I want to do every single day. I work it because they pay me the money they do. If I could do something that's a little less, and I could kind of just relax, I would take that job if they pay me the same.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying at this point to just get rid of debt and stop increasing my monthly expenses so that
it's hard.
I can take a step back if I want to do something else. If I want to make a move, I can just breathe for a second. You know what I'm saying? Because I got almost into that golden handcuff shit real quick, man.
Oh yeah, oh my god,
real quick, bro. Like,
credit card
I want
shit?
that house on the carpet. Like, I was in a little bit of credit card debt, man, a considerable amount.
I was too. I was in one. I went through it.
I paid that shit off over. COVID helped me pay that shit.
Yeah, COVID helped me too. Isn't it crazy how wild you feel when you got like a credit card with like a big balance on it? How you just like start spending like unnecessary money. When I got my first credit card, I was buying the wildest shit. You know the meme with the dude with the cheetah in his car? That was me when I got my first credit card. You could have caught me on the strip with a Puma in the whip. Just
like, yo, ma, look, I just copped 2 rare albino ferrets.
Yeah, I was buying the most ridiculous shit, bro. I didn't need any of it. I have none of those things that I bought. I was paying things off a couple years later, and I was like, what the fuck was this? I didn't have any of it anymore. None of it was here. It was all gone. Credit cards will fuck your life up.
They will, yo. Yo, my man said, he said, you think I want to deliver mail? He does that. He works for postal service. He's like, he said, I'd rather work at GameStop and get paid if I had the same benefits and shit. It's like,
yeah, 100%.
Imagine you could go and work for a place and name your salary and your benefit package no matter where it was.
Imagine you could just do what made you happy as opposed to do what you have to do to sustain a lifestyle that.
Yeah, but you could just pick a job. Like, you don't have to start a business and go through that struggle. Imagine this life. Imagine you walk into a place. Imagine you could just walk into like anywhere. Mm-hmm. Let's say you
Google.
walk in like overnight. Yeah, you walk into Google.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and it's a job you got to do, but you get to name your salary and your and your benefits package. So you're just like, yo, this is what I want to do. I'm just going to move the furniture around whenever you want me to.
Uh-huh.
And you going to pay me $100,000. I'll go easy on you. $100,000, get my 401k and my benefits.
Yeah.
And they were like, fuck. All right, fuck. We don't have that job filled yet. Like they're required.
They got to bring you in for 9 months or something like that.
They have to hire you.
That shit actually would be pretty interesting.
That's like Idiocracy. That movie is a stupid movie.
That's like the movie where you seen that movie where nobody knew how to lie.
Yo, The Invention of Lying.
That movie was pretty
British comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that shit.
Story. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's good. It's a good movie.
It's a shitty movie. So
nah, it's a good movie.
It's not like an award-winning movie.
It's pretty goddamn good. Man,
Did you see that new? I like The Mummy. I hate watching The Rock movies, but it's very funny that you said that shit. That's mad funny because I do love shitty movies.
You love The Mummy, bro.
I watched. Do you see that new movie with Chris Pratt? It's on Amazon.
No, I saw a commercial for it. Everything, instead of saying it's in the movies now, it says streaming now.
Yeah, streaming now. The movies will never bounce back. I don't understand how the fuck AMC jumped up the way it did when nobody's ever going to fucking go back to the movies. What else did they fucking invent that drove the price of their stock up. It has to be just the internet trolling the marketplace.
No, that's all it is.
Because guess what? I'm never going to go to a movie theater again. Most likely, it's going to be and not because I'm afraid of COVID, just because I don't fucking have to anymore.
Yeah. Well, it used to be a good experience.
Not fucking really. Now that you think about it, it wasn't a fucking good experience.
Yo, but it's good watching a movie in a movie theater. You don't like the sound and shit.
I like how immersive it is.
Yeah,
but I'm a big boy now, and I'm building big boy. I'm doing big boy things, and I want to have no, I don't have like a super nice surround sound or anything like that. But I'm saying that I'd rather do that. I'd rather invest in like a home theater than go to the movies. I'd rather watch it in the comfort of my home. I do feel like the movie theaters is great and it's immersive, but I think with technology now, with low dollars, you can have I don't want to say similar experience, but you can have a experience at your home that may emulate what the experience you get in the movie theater. My opinion.
Now, what I'm thinking is, you may be right, but what I'm really thinking is that is just, it's, theoretically you can create the same experience. But with the movies, it's so immersive because there's literally nothing else you can do.
So
you're sitting there.
What Oscar's saying about the reserve seating, he said they might be working on private seating theaters and to keep them relevant for the future. See, that's something I would do.
That makes sense.
I would rent a theater so I could go watch a movie with me and a bunch of my friends. That's something that I could see the movie theater industry doing, in the future. And it's something that they did during COVID. During the end of COVID, so let's just say like 6 months ago, not that we're at the end, but you guys all know what I'm saying, when it started tapering down. Yeah. And I got a really cool COVID statistic for you guys. So towards the end of it, I'm going to throw my fucking statistic out before I fucking forget it. I think like 99.2 of deaths related to COVID come from unvaccinated people in the past. How
you going to forget something you wrote down?
I wrote it down. It's right here.
So how the hell you going to forget it?
I didn't realize I wrote it down and I seen it and I had to say it. Anyways, and this isn't overall. I think this is like in the past 6 months. Anyways, what they were doing is for $200, you could get 10 of your homies.
So now we're back to the movies?
Yes.
All right.
What they were doing I know, I had to fucking get it out of my head. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you good.
So what the movie theaters were doing is that at the, for $200, you can rent the theater and you could have 10 people in there.
10 people.
And that's something I could foresee them doing that I think would be successful. And it's something that I would take advantage of too. You could have all your friends there. You could, you could eat there. It's a more of an intimate experience. And also,
can you drink in there?
Yeah, there's movie theaters that you could drink.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, there's movie theaters that have bars in them.
If you allow drinks in there.
If you allow drinks in there and you got like a server, you got a dude on skates and that sticky ass floor.
Yeah.
Treacherous that should be. And it's like downhill. That motherfucker be gunning hits.
Yo, hell no, bro. You can't do that. You hit some old caramel popcorn that's stuck on the floor. You'll eat shit. Be like, Gurk. You stop on a dime. You stop on a dime and eat some shit. No way, man.
Yeah, but I think that'd be cool. I also think it'd be fucking cool if every restaurant you went to had a wireless charger on the table. But you know what? They don't. So people don't really live up to my fucking expectations either.
Yeah, well, they probably don't feel like spending the money to charge everybody else's devices for convenience when you're coming there anyway.
That's not a big deal. Listen,
you know
who said that? You know who said that? The same people who said that Starbucks giving free Wi-Fi was a bad idea. Those are the naysayers who say that about the wireless charging table.
No, but I guarantee that Wi-Fi is much lower cost. They have to run physical cables to every single table and shit like that. They have to be maintained.
I don't think it's I think at bars, I think it should be a standard thing.
Yo, that shit would blow. Come on, for a fact that shit would break. You know how often bar tables probably break? Idiots knocking into them and shit and breaking them, spilling shit.
I mean, it's research and development. And hear us out, guys. But my argument is saying that every bar should come with every bar, like the little tables at the bars, should have like wireless charging stations on like the little tabletops. And along the bar too, so you could just drop your phone on it.
Like built into the table?
Yeah, built into the table. And I think it'd be fucking cool as fuck.
It would be cool, but what advantage does that give the restaurant? Are you going to not go there because they don't have that?
No, but it's a niche thing, just like Starbucks providing people with internet.
It's not going to have people. Nobody's going to go. It's not going to get people in the door. You see what I'm saying? There's no real return on investment there.
It also could get people in the door. Because
you're going to a restaurant to charge your phone?
I'm talking about a bar.
Or a bar to
and
charge
you
your
know
phone?
how it is in the middle of the night, crawling from bar to bar, your phone's at 5%. Let's go to this place.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this?
I say possibly, but also, you know what's way cheaper than that? You just hire you hire a hotter bartender. That's it. You hire a hotter bartender. It's like you're talking about, yo, let's go to this bar, yo. They got the best tables at charge your phones. And then the other guy's like, yeah, right. They got this hot ass girl that works at the bar 2 doors down.
Well, you're talking
But they
about
don't
a
have
different
charging
demographic.
tables. Said, fuck a charging table.
Men wouldn't want the charging station as much as women would. I'm telling you, it'd be a hit amongst the ladies.
Nah, you just get some freaking long-haired European gentleman to serve the drinks. There you go. You just get one of them David Beckham bartenders.
Yeah.
And then there you go.
You get him the dude from Aquaman.
That's it. They're out of there. Oh, sorry, yo, but our tables charge your phone, and they're like, yeah.
Nah, I'm telling you, man. If I opened up a bar, my tables would charge your phone. Twiz said it did it at Starbucks. They did do it at Starbucks. It was something they did it at Starbucks, along with their free internet. People fucking said things about that too. What?
I was gonna say, yeah, hire the CO.
What happened?
Hire the CO as the bartender.
That's
CO
mad funny.
from
Yeah.
Down the Story.
But she's gonna need something when she comes home. But she didn't get enough time, bro. 200 days? That's not bad at all. Dude, let's talk about the chick. Her name is, you know her name.
Sha'Carri.
Richardson, right?
Yeah, I think
she's the Olympic runner.
I write it down.
It's in the title. She's the Olympic runner who tested positive. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson.
She's an Olympic runner who tested positive for cannabis.
It's goddamn crime what they're doing to that girl.
Isn't that fucking... You know that... She came out and said that she smoked in a legal state, in a state that you're recreationally allowed to smoke marijuana before the race for like her nerves. So that means that she beat all these women while she was smacked.
If you ask me, she should get even more accolades.
They should give her 2 fucking medals.
You are goddamn right, my friend.
She basically did it with a weighted vest on.
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. She outran them with cotton mouth.
Are you kidding me?
Running around, mouth like a house cat. just
feels like you just ate a spoonful of cinnamon. How dare you? Yo, isn't that the wildest shit ever?
You got it. Come on, man. I mean,
she went to it was the trials. That's where that's the day that she consumed it, and I guess that's where she pissed hot at. But how wild is that, bro? She beat you guys, Zoot, and now it's legitimately not a performance enhancer. I was listening to Phil DeFranco. He said, if this was a hot dog eating competition, I'd understand. Yeah. Because this is a running competition. Yeah. This is a thing you have to run.
Yeah, I know, man. I don't really get it. But apparently they're making a big deal about it because they said it was a previous law. I mean, a previous rule. So they're like, it's a rule. Whether it's legal now or not, it's still a rule. Yeah. So, people were also saying, so let's say somebody's in jail for a crime that's no longer a crime. Do they get out of jail? He's like...
Yeah, but their rules haven't been updated, and they won't be able to go back in time and fucking... and bring her and allow her to participate.
You know what's dumb? She's getting a 1-month suspension, right?
Yeah.
So she can't run in the 100-meter, right? Mm-hmm. You know that the suspension is over by the time it's the relay race, and she's allowed to run in a relay race?
Yeah.
So she's allowed to run in the relay, but she's not allowed to run in the 100-meter.
Doesn't make any sense. But it did something, because now I just read an article this morning that the Nevada State Commission is not going to test for fucking cannabis either.
In any sports? The Nevada State Athletic Commission?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're not testing, because there's a lot of MMA fights.
They're testing for what they're sanctioned that they're allowed to test for. So I'm not talking about like baseball leagues or football leagues that come out of there or whatever, because that's like the National Baseball League or the Major League Baseball. They run by their own rules. I'm talking about the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Yeah, the Nevada State Athletic Commission. So that's the commission that oversees professional sports in the state.
Yep.
So they oversee combat sports. They, so they won't
all
be
the boxing matches.
All right, so they won't be testing MMA fighters.
I have the breaking news. Nevada State Athletic Commission voted Wednesday to no longer discipline fighters for cannabis. The new policy begins Wednesday and is not retroactive to the cases that have not yet to been adjudicated.
Okay, so it's not retroactive.
Yeah, so if
So
you're
anything
in the
before
system,
that.
if you're in the system, essentially waiting for your case, like you're still gonna go through. It was still illegal when you did it.
Yeah.
But
that's-
it's, I mean, I suppose in terms of like, cannabis and, reform and moving forward, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think. I just feel bad for her. It's her first Olympic appearance. It was her first time.
I feel bad because because we could all look at this and just like simply say it's not a performance enhancer. Whether you're pro cannabis or you're not, it's like we could all agree that it's not going to make her run faster, right?
No.
Like, so why are we talking about this? You guys are better off banning fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because they have the same effect on the fucking race as.
No, on the contrary, there's like nutrients in there. There's glucose and protein. Like you have a little bit of jelly. It's probably going to give you a little bit of energy. There's nothing in marijuana that's going to give you any type of performance enhancing benefit. You're not going to smoke marijuana and then run faster. You're not going to smoke marijuana and then breathe better. You're not going to smoke marijuana and decrease your blood pressure, or increase your blood pressure. It's not, I mean, you might have some vasoconstriction. You might have a little bit of blood pressure increase, but it's not going to do anything to help you.
It's not going to enhance your performance.
No, it's not. It's not going to help you, man. So I just feel bad for her because she also thought it was, I really do think she probably thought it was innocent.
Yeah, 100%.
She's like, oh, it's legal now. It's recreational now in all these states and it's that.
She said, why can't I have it? I bought it in the store across the street.
Yeah, I bought it in the store and it does not enhance my performance. But she also knew that it was a substance that she shouldn't be taking. And if she didn't know, that's kind of her own fault for not finding out.
And her team too, because I feel like people at that level need to have people around them to make sure they say and do the right thing. Just like we need a producer in here to fucking push us in the right direction or the wrong direction or switch scenes for us or, look things up for us. In the same way, they need like a producer in their life to make sure like, she's out at the club and she's about to hit the L and they're like, whoa, hold on. Can't do that yet.
USADA said they're showing up. Like,
yeah. You can't do that.
Yeah, because apparently I think that's what it was that she got caught up in was, I think the United States or the World Anti-Doping Agency.
I wonder do they use USADA?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Can you explain USADA for the people who don't know?
USADA is the United States Anti-Doping Agency. It's it's an organization that's hired by professional sports organizations and stuff like that in order to test their players. So they have their own independent testing system. That it's all a separate way of testing for drugs, and they have certain things like this is a third party system. Like so, it's not related to the state. It's not related to. It's like essentially kind of like a company. Like that's what it is. That they're like like the J.D. Power and Associates that they always say, like somebody's like rated best by J.D. Power. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
This guy just started a company and said, I'm going to rate shit. And what I say matters.
Yeah. Dude, how do you think companies like Press Ganey, like, they're just companies, they're like audit companies.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, you want to find out if your guys are dog shit? Let us come through and test everybody.
Yeah.
It's and legit. Then they start to become valid. They're like, oh, the way these guys, their standard, they become the standard. That's what it is. That company begins. It's like the Michelin 5-star.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is the Michelin 4-star?
4, yeah. It's like the highest.
It's not the tire guy. That's not the motherfucker coming and tasting the food, right?
It's a guy letting you know if that chef is a goddamn god in that kitchen or not.
Shit.
It's always some science project food that always ends up getting like high shit. I'm like, that didn't even look good to me.
It's not enough to fill me up. That's the way I look at it. I'm like, that's just not enough food. I'm sure the food is delicious.
Yeah, but you're not trying to eat a meal full of tapas, like.
Nah. I'm not. I'm trying to get like the whole piece. Where's the steak you cut this steak out of?
Yeah. Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, 100%. Yep. I feel that way, but their desserts are probably slamming. That's one thing I'll give like nice restaurants. Not that I don't go to nice restaurants often, but when I have gone to them, although the portions are small, fuck me, are the desserts amazing. Like the cakes and shit, they make them in house or whatever, unbelievable.
Yeah, they're good, man. Good restaurants I always appreciate a good restaurant, man.
Yeah, 100%. Me too.
Yo, I will tell you one thing. I will honestly tell you this because we eat out more often than we should, to be honest with you.
We do too.
The service since COVID in sit-down restaurants has been awful.
Oh, you think it's terrible now?
Awful. Bro.
Okay.
Since COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that they lost staff. I don't know what the situation is. I'm sure that that's part of it, budget cuts, things like that. but god damn, it's terrible.
It's probably that all the servers that were worth anything like aren't servers anymore.
I mean, my favorite restaurants are okay now.
Damn. And service for me is up there with the quality of the food. You know, it's obviously we go there to eat, so the way the food tastes and the way it comes out and everything is top number one. But coming in at a very close second is definitely the service. The service for me could turn around bad food.
Me too.
It could turn it around, because I understand that. Listen, I just made something today that didn't come out the fucking way it was supposed to come out. So I get it that everybody makes mistakes. You know, I once had paper come out I had an omelet and they had put like slices of cheese on it, and you know, like in between slices of cheese is paper. Yeah. They tried to do me a favor, throw a double slice on there and left the paper in there. And wild, right? So the guy comes over.
So they're using like Kraft cheese?
No, well, they're using deli cheese too. They put paper in it to prevent the cheeses from sticking together. Yeah. So I get so I call the guy over and I'm like, yo, there's like paper in here, and he immediately took care of it. You know, he was a nice guy. He was apologetic about it.
That can happen.
That's an honest mistake. I didn't make a huge deal about it. He was nice about it. He took it back. They gave me a new one. They didn't even charge me for it. And that was it. I didn't feel like I needed to write them a bad review, which is not something that I do, but I didn't feel, I didn't leave from there scored,
Yeah. And you're like, yo, I'll come back here.
And I did go back there.
I'll come back here.
Yeah.
Like that. You're not going to deter me from coming there for something like that.
They say you sounded disappointed about the Kraft cheese. You don't like Kraft cheese? You a Velveeta guy?
Nah, I'm just saying you're a restaurant. You're a restaurant.
Yeah.
Don't put prepackaged Kraft cheese.
And this was like a
shit.
brunch place too. This is a place that specializes in brunch.
Have I been there?
Oh yeah, Brownstone.
Brownstone sucks.
You know,
I could have told you that. Brownstones is trash, bro.
You don't like them? You don't like the French toast bites?
Fuck no, that place is trash.
Damn, that's wild.
Hell no, bro.
Damn, I don't know, man.
You could have asked me. I'll send you to a brunch place.
No, I'm not saying that they're the best brunch place. All I'm saying is that I had it before, and I don't think it's a bad place.
The service is why I don't go there.
Really,
bro? Food cold. All 3 times I've been there.
I'm lying.
All 3 times I've been there, food cold. I said I'll never come here again.
It wasn't Brownstone. It was the diner on, and I don't want to. Well, I don't live anywhere near here. No, it was the diner down further in like West Side Slip.
Atlantic?
Maybe. It's like a shiny one. It's on the corner. You gotta make like a U-turn.
You
gotta make a U-turn to get in there.
But people pull over on the goddamn side of the road on the wrong side, right?
Yes. That's where it was.
Well,
that's where it was.
A diner, that's hit or miss. A diner, I don't mind. A diner, I expect Kraft cheese.
Okay.
I expect that.
Yeah. Damn, Kraft ain't government cheese.
Nah, but it's not cheese. That shit is plastic.
That shit's some other shit.
That shit is putty. Yeah. It's like putty cut in squares.
We funny, second time in a row we're talking about fucking cheese.
Yeah, but
cheese is important.
Yeah, it is. But nah, you can't do brownstones, B.
Did you hear about the president of Haiti?
Yeah, they
assassinated him in his crib.
God damn. Yeah, they ran up in his house. His wife is in the hospital.
That's wild, bro. How they're still
Yo, I feel so bad for them. Like, I don't know anything about the state of what's going on over there.
Yeah.
So I have no idea really the background on this. I'm just like, man, to run in somebody's house and kill them and injure their wife. I'm like, God damn, man. Like, that shit's crazy. I don't know, man. I saw it like last minute, I think right before I left.
That's wild.
Yeah. I was like, God damn. That's rough, man. So rest in peace, man.
Yeah, dude,
rest in peace, man.
The fact that still like happens, like people are like, presidents are still being assassinated, someone doesn't have like, watching this guy. Like we don't have the resources to watch this guy.
Nah, they're absolutely watching.
You think it's corruption?
I don't know, to be honest, man. I don't really know, man. I don't know. That shit is just fucking terrifying. I see that shit and I'm just like, God damn. And then this is when I tell people, like, you should be happy to live in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, we're blessed to just have been born here.
We're blessed to be able to complain.
Yeah, man.
We're able to do this.
Like,
look at us. We're talking about things.
Yeah, it's shit like that I just try to remind people. Like, man, like, there's, like, terrible things that happen other places, like, fairly often, you know, and there's terrible things that happen here too, you know, but
be thankful for living in the land of opportunity where you're where you pretty much got the same shot that everybody else got. If you work hard enough, you could get her done.
Yeah, man. You know,
100%.
It's something that, you know, I try to remind myself all the time that I am lucky. Like, because sometimes I complain, you know, like maybe I don't feel like going to work. I'm working on a side project or I'm doing something, you know, that I'd rather be working on. You know, I'd rather be doing a podcast. I'd rather be, you know, whatever the case is. And then sometimes I just kind of got to bring myself back and be like, this is not a real problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a real problem. Like,
this is a first world problem.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to just kind of do an audit of how you feel.
It's like when you're mad that you got to work a weekend, right? Isn't it wild?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it does suck to work weekends.
Yeah.
But fuck, it's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but I do think something like that's consistent like that all the time. I think sometimes it starts to pick at your joy a little bit, you know, and then it becomes a big problem.
Yeah.
You know, so but in the grand scheme of things, you're right, man. That's not the biggest issue in the world, man. I mean,
we're almost out of time, but we haven't talked about the UFC fight card this weekend. UFC 264.
Yeah, man.
I believe
UFC 264, man.
I'll run down the card real quick so we got about 10-ish minutes, right?
Yeah, man.
More than enough time to talk about the card.
Let's do it.
So we'll start the prelims. First fight of the prelims. So
how is this card, man?
It's a really sick card.
I mean, the prelims.
The prelims are good. Ryan Hall versus Iya Topuria. That guy I don't know, but I do know Nico Price is fighting Michael Piera.
That's going to be a scrap.
Carlos Condit is fighting Max Griffin for the main event of the prelims, which is definitely going to be a fucking brawl. Opening up the main card, Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Chris Montijo, which is a new guy. They didn't even got a fucking picture next to this guy.
Yeah, how you doing that?
He stepped in last minute.
I don't care.
Yeah, we need a picture next to
UFC
this guy.
can't get a picture of the
Yeah,
guy?
I might have seen him fight, but I don't even know. I don't know his picture, so I can't fucking see him.
You can't send a guy like he's got to be in Vegas. I mean, shit, the fight's in a couple days.
Someone couldn't take a cell phone picture of this guy?
You don't have like hit me up. Hit me up, UFC. I'll go to where these people are that are these fill-in fighters, and I will go take images of them that will blend right with the ones you guys take.
They definitely need to put a picture. How do you pronounce this lady's last name?
Kunitskaya.
Yana Kunitskaya?
Yeah.
Versus Irene
Aldana. She's got great boxing, man. You know her.
She's the Mexican chick, right?
She boxes like
dude. Her hands
are
wild,
nasty.
and she's got a lengthy body. Yeah. She's got a lengthy body, dude. Her hands are lethal. That chick she fucking throws down. Fight bombs. After that, Tai Tuavasi versus Greg Hardy. I think this is going to be Greg Hardy's like toughest fight. It's really going to for me, it's going to solidify whether what kind of an athlete he really is. Whether he's ready for this level, because I think it's going to be his hardest fight, in my opinion.
Greg Hardy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. This is because he's starting to fight real legit guys now.
Because, he's starting to fight legit dudes. That's what I'm saying. He's starting to fight real dudes.
He's earned it, though. He's put the work in on the...
Listen, I'm definitely not upset about... I'm not going to lie, I've counted him out of some of his fights. Because he's an ex-NFL player, right?
Yeah. He's
like an ex-NFL player. Sometimes these guys come in and, they beat a couple people up in the beginning and, you're like, everybody thinks they're good, but then when they start to get to the real competition, you start to see who's the real deal and who's not. But Greg Hardy's been looking good lately.
What typically separates that, I think, becomes the grappling at that point.
No, but
because lower levels, just striking can get you through the door when you're that big.
And cardio too.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get higher up and that blitz,
that's a huge proponent of grappling.
Yeah.
So cardio. Some of these guys just don't have the gas tank to fight with some of these dudes. It's going to be a good fight, 100%. Greg Hardy hits hard. Tai Tuavasi, he's Australian.
Yes.
Those dudes, he could take a hit.
Yeah, he can bang.
It's going to be an interesting fight. Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson. We talked about this fight before. Wonder Boy. We talked about it before. It's going to be a really good fight. It's two guys who, from my perspective, have opposing styles.
Gilbert's going to hurt that man.
I think he's going to too. I think he's going to too. If he can close the distance.
Gilbert's going to hurt that man.
Yeah.
If one, I don't even know. I don't know how Wonder Boy beats him.
We talked about it last time about how good Wonder Boy is at controlling the distance and sitting on the outside, picking people apart. If he could do that in this fight, I think he could. Well, if he could fight the way he wants to fight, he'll win this fight. I don't foresee him knocking Gilbert Burns out.
Me neither.
But I foresee him winning it under cards if he could maintain the distance and pick him apart throughout the fight. He could win under cards.
But do you see him being able to do that? Because I don't.
I think Gilbert Burns closes the distance, puts him up against the cage. It really hurts him. He's gonna, and I think it ends early.
I think he's gonna hit him with some hard, strong punches.
And I like
power
Wonder
punches,
Boy.
and he's gonna take him down.
Yeah.
He's gonna take him down.
And I don't think that this is the fight that he should get after. Like I don't think you get this fight. I don't see how you get a Wonder Boy fight after fighting for the title. Like that.
Yeah, well, Wonder Boy's coming up. Wonder Boy's beating.
So I guess they're
everyone.
meeting. They happen to just be meeting here.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the perfect fight for both of them. It's gonna give Stephen Thompson credibility that he's still in the title running.
Yeah, and if he beats him, then he could fight Kamaru at some point, I guess.
Yeah, no, this is pretty much the fight to see if Wonder Boy can potentially get in the ring with Kamaru Usman, because I think Kamaru Usman is gonna murder Wonder Boy. I never want to see Wonder Boy fight that man.
No, there's gonna be a graping without the G. And then Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor.
Dustin and Conor, man.
Conor. People are saying that Conor's going to win this fight, and I don't disagree with them, but I would just like to know how. Tell me, if you think Conor's going to win this fight, please tell me how's he going to win it, because I'm not saying he's not going to win it. I just don't see how he's going to win it.
The only way Conor can win this fight is with that lightning rod of a left hand, bro.
Yes, but it's not going to be.
It's got to land lower.
And it's not
on
as
the chin.
And also, it's not going to be that first one. It's going to be later in the fight. He's not going to. This isn't 45, and he's not a small 55 that's going to take one of these left hands and go down right away. He's going to take a couple left hands.
Yeah, he is. But
so
I think the left hands that he hit him with last time were pretty high up on the face, which are good shots. I think if he connects like he did with Chad Mendes, with Jose Aldo, like there's a difference when he hits the thing right there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see him doing that. I see Dustin taking his win as well.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a sad day for Conor, I believe. I feel bad about it already because he's done so much for the sport, but Dustin's gonna win this fight.
Yeah, Dustin's gonna win, and it's interesting that we still don't have like a replacement for Conor, right? We still don't have somebody that's coming in talking wild, spicy shit and dominating. We have Colby Covington, but he's not. He doesn't perform the way Conor performs. So it's interesting to see somebody kind of fall out of that light while their replacement still hasn't gotten here, and they're not being beat by somebody who's like a younger version of him, because Dustin's not the shit talker Conor was.
No.
Jorge
was the next one.
Jorge could have been the next one.
If he won that Usman fight, Jorge has the staying power, the performance, and he would have had the swag to take that Conor spot.
Yeah, but Jorge, the only thing about Jorge is that the heavier you get, the more difficult it becomes to be at the same level Conor was when he's a champ. And he was also undefeated.
Who?
Conor was undefeated.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't undefeated when he came to the UFC?
Nah. He lost to Joe Duffy. Joe Duffy choked him out. But there's just, I think it's just mainly Jorge just that fight against Usman was the one. That was the one that would have took him, bam, and then he had to beat one more person. The rematch with Nate or what have you, and just, if he stops him, puts him away, that guy would have been out of here.
Yeah, he would have been in the fucking stratosphere.
Yeah, out of here.
But not the way it happened. He's talking about fighting either Nick Diaz or Colby or there was another name in there.
Yeah, there's a couple fights. He does
We'll
need
see.
to fight
Maybe he'll
Colby.
fight Leon Edwards.
He needs to fight Colby. How's that fight not happened yet?
I don't.
And he needs to fight Leon Edwards.
One of these guys don't want to fight each other. I think maybe they don't want to fight each other. Maybe Colby and him just be like, listen, I don't want to fight you, and I know you don't want to fight me.
Yeah, that's
because it's weird that nobody's fucking talking about that.
Might be true. They're old training partners.
So who knows?
You know, they're old training partners for sure. So that's definitely possible.
But
yeah, man. But we're wrapping up, man.
That's it, man. We're getting to the end of the hour. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and listening to us. If you're still here with us, please give us a thumbs up. Like the video. It's for free. Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, man.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Want to have as many likes as there were people in the chat, man.
Facts.
Facts. So listen, guys, we love y'all, man. We'll see you guys next week. Masters of None, episode 35. We're out.
Let's see if that works. Oh, that doesn't even work. You can mute us.
Te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Corona.